Hi, this is my review of Asteria, a tabletop role-playing game story-based campaign book that fits any fantasy system. This is a really beautiful book. I am so excited to talk about this. So much passion, love, and dedication went into this campaign book, but also a storytelling RPG experience that is a hybrid experience where you tell a story together but also use some role-playing game elements. Now, I really like this warning over here, just take a look at it. This book presents a very gritty, very dark setting that you would expect from Christianity-ruled Middle Ages. It is a no remorse, no forgiveness fantasy medieval setting. And I have to tell you right from the start, if you are my client, that is, if I am currently running a tabletop RPG for you, or if you are considering hiring me to run a game for you, I would recommend that you avoid this review because I am definitely looking forward to run this campaign world as soon as I have the chance. This is truly a masterpiece with a flaw. There is certainly a flaw here, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. Now let's talk about the quality. The quality is superb, exquisite. There are hyperlinks everywhere. Navigating this PDF is going to be so easy, and there are maps for everything. Some of the complaints concerning sandbox and campaign books overall, in many instances, is that not everything is fully detailed or mapped. You have a few adventure seats, a few paragraphs of information, but here in these 208 pages, everything is fully detailed. You have maps for every single adventure site and all the information concerning the factions, the non-player characters, the current situation, the past, the history, the myths, the legends. It is so superbly detailed. So everything is well written, organized, and explained. However, there is a game called the Think About game. You have templates at the back of the book so that you can build this structure to play the game, but I have no idea how to play Think About. If someone knows how to play Think About, please let me know. Just based on my appraisal of the structure, it looks like a game of hoops, who knows? So yes, you have this intricately detailed world with many beautiful maps, some embellishments for the pages at the top and the bottom. So overall, such a beautiful, well-organized, well-written, fully bookmarked and hyperlinked document. And I'm serious when it comes to the hyperlinks. You click on a map, on an area, on a location, and it's going to take you to the relevant section. Now let's talk about the contents. Here lies the greatest strength and weakness of this document when it comes to playing the game. You have so many tips and advice on how to play this with your favorite tabletop role-playing game, as a LARP experience, as a live-action roleplay experience, and also as a hybrid storytelling RPG experience that requires no system whatsoever. You can actually play this without a character sheet. However, here comes the troublesome part. In order for you to enjoy a game needs some rules or guidelines. And here, everything is too loose. Starting with the roleplay. There's a lot of, I will do this, I'm going to, like describing your actions in the future instead of being in the present, immersed in the roleplay, in the description of action and reaction, in the fiction. There is also like a retcon of past actions, like, oh, while that was happening, I actually went and did this, or while that was occurring, I was actually behind the door, eavesdropping. And there are those instances when you are constantly retconning the past. This works in some tabletop RPG systems, like Blades in the Dark, because you have a limited way of doing that. It's part of the game mechanics of the resource management. But here, the example does it all the time. So this could distort the believability of the situations. The typical situation of the character moves to an area and there is a hole on the ground and the character says, Actually, before arriving to this place, I went to the store and purchased 50 feet of rope. So you see, you constantly could fall into the trap of frequently retconning the past. And when it comes to the explanations of combat and playing this as a LARP experience, there is a constant case of going into the future in the explanations instead of being in the moment, in the present. Take a look at this. He's anticipating that move, so he parries your strike and redirects your weapon away from him. Okay. And the player. In that case, first, don't say in that case. You're not having a conversation with the game master. You are within the fiction. If you do that, it's going to be an out-of-character conversation. The immersion has been broken. The magic has been lost. So don't say in that case. Eliminate in that case. Okay, I'm gonna. I will. And look at this. I will try to push his sword down. Anyone who is not disconnected from combat knows that you do not think in the I will, I'm gonna. I thrust my fist at my opponent's solar plexus. And then the game master describes if it's a failure, a success based on the context in this diceless sort of roleplay. When it comes to using dice, you make your roll to see if you succeed. But if you're, I'm gonna, I will, those are precious seconds lost. Stating what you are going to do in the future, thinking about what you are going to do in the future. It's not, I am going to kick, it's, I kick. You see? So the explanation of LARPing, role-playing in the present, that's the greatest weakness of this document. Check out my actual plays. You can find them in the front section of my channel. Take a look at how actions occur in the present, in the now. So that is the only flaw when it comes to this campaign book / storytelling RPG. The in the present roleplay immersion aspect. Everything else is great. All of the other explanations concerning the atmosphere, the storytelling, that's good, but the roleplay, it doesn't fit well with this hybrid experience. You have details concerning character death, mazes, magical objects, preparing for the game, non-player characters and creatures. Everything is handled in a system-agnostic way. You have 4 campaign frameworks. That is excellent. The first campaign framework deals with a legacy. You are children of noble blood, but you cannot remember your true identity. The second framework is about all-out war, strategies, tactics, and intrigue. The third framework is about a fight for freedom, to release those that have been taken prisoners, and keeping yourself from becoming a slave as well. The fourth campaign framework is perhaps the most fantasy-inclined framework because the player characters possess some sort of angelic energy. They feel like chosen ones. And it is a bit more loose when compared to the other plotlines presented in the frameworks. After that, every single section and area in this fantasy world is perfectly detailed. Cities such as Delphi, Elder, Grim, Shark. Areas such as the Devil's Mountains, the Falcon Tower, the Haunted House, the Rift, the Ruin and the Legendary Troll, the Skull Island, the Swamp. Everything gets the premium treatment. And the potions, the spells, the magic items, the artifacts, they are all described so well and so flexible. And in such a versatile way that it's going to be very easy for you to use this with any tabletop RPG out there, any system, or playing it as a freeform, systemless way. As long as you keep in mind the roleplay that I have mentioned. Because even if you want to handle it as a storytelling heavy experience such as I immediately duck and dodge to the left, sidestep and stab at my enemy, the enemy dies with a scream, you are telling a story about your character. But if you want to handle roleplay, you describe your action in the present. The game master, referee, whatever, is going to tell you the result based on the context. And then you move on. Or you could have a combination of such styles, but do not I'm gonna, or in the past. Yes, before the battle, I actually went to the store and I purchased 50 javelins, and then I started to throw the javelins at all of my enemies and I killed them all, no? The book also contains information about the market stalls, the sorts of things that you can purchase, guides to encounters with the encounter tables, information on the black market, of course. There are so many creatures, non-player characters that you can easily stat with your system of preference. And at the end of the document, you have a lot of player-facing maps. If you have trouble describing the environment for the players, you could use these maps. They don't have any clues or spoilers that could point out to major plot points of your campaign. And of course you have the templates to build the Think About game structure. Please, someone tell me how you play Think About. It doesn't say here in the document. Is this some sort of game that I am not aware of? How do you play this? Ah, now I can finally see it. It's right here, it says. Remember 4 in a row and straight lines in all directions. So it's kinda like a puzzle game. Okay, that makes sense. So what do I think about Asteria? My highest recommendation. Despite my criticism, this is a beautiful, practical document. It is certainly made for mature and adult gaming. There are so many dark themes within this world. Expect foul rituals, murders, kidnapping, torture, deadly illnesses. Expect so many cruel and unforgiving things. Whether you want to play it as a LARP experience, as a storytelling RPG hybrid experience, or with your favorite RPG, you are going to love this setting. Get it immediately. Trust me on this one. These are 208 pages of excellent quality fantasy gaming. It's about monsters, conniving noblemen, foul sorcery and roguish transactions. And because you have 4 campaign frameworks, those are 4 different ways in which you can enjoy the game world over and over again. They will even serve as inspiration for future campaigns. You could visit the same areas, the same places, and discover so many new things about them because now you are playing as a nobleman, now you are playing as a thief, now you are playing as a divinely touched being, now you are playing as an agent of war. I can't wait to run this, perhaps using the quick and classic role-playing game or advanced tiny dungeon. That role-playing game has some flaws, but quick and classic, advanced tiny dungeon, definitely, I think those systems would be perfect for this tabletop RPG world. Not only theme-wise, but because they are very simple systems, and that way you can focus on the complexities of everything that unfolds in this fantasy world. If you don't mind the minor spoilers that I have shared so far, and you want me to run this campaign for you, let me know in the comment section, because I am just waiting for the perfect excuse to plan out perhaps the first campaign framework. So again, my highest recommendation, get Asteria. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.